Before we start our class, let us pray first. Who will lead the prayer? Yes, Emma, you will be the one to lead the prayer. Good morning, class. How are you today? Okay, good to hear that. How about if the teacher talking in front? What will you do? Yes, that's right. What else? How about if you want to answer or ask questions? What will you do? Very well then. So, are you ready to discuss or lesson our new topic today? Okay, that's great. Class, I prepared a short video to all of you, and I want you to observe and watch the video so that you can answer my questions later. So assuming that the students were done observing the video. So now class, what did you observe about the video? Very good. What are those bad habits you observed from the video? Precisely. So our topic for today has to do something for the lessons we tackle for today. Health conditions like heart disease can arise due to multiple reasons. Some people at risk for developing chronic heart problems. Teenager, like you may have practices or habits at home or just heart risk problems. Do you spend a lot of time at home just sitting down and doing nothing? Teenager, like you should be aware at home or how your nutritional practices can affect your heart. So, now, look at these pictures. What can you say about those pictures? Yes, very good. These pictures are belong in the heart disease or heart disease risk factors. There are two types of risk factors. Who can read the first risk factors? Yes, John. Okay, thank you. So controllable risk factors are those factors that the person controls. These risks are generally self-inflicted, and changing the habits can prevent the onset or worsen of the condition. So, next, who can read the number 2 risk factors? Yes, Vinhar. Okay, thank you. Uncontrollable risk factors contains risk factors cannot be controlled or managed by the individual. It leaves the person susceptible on the associated disease or condition. So now, the controllable risk factors, first is smoking. Smoking, it is a risk factor for multiple conditions such as cancer, lung diseases, coronary heart disease, bronchitis, tuberculosis, and rheumatoid arthritis. So second controllable risk factors is unhealthy diet. Unhealthy diet, saturated fats present in cookies, red meat, and packaged snacks can elevate the risk of developing to diabetes, high levels of LDL, cholesterol, and obesity. So third, controllable risk factors is lack of physical exercise. So lack of physical exercise, irregular physical exercise or no physical activity can result in weight gain and obesity. So, the fourth controllable risk factors is high blood pressure. High blood pressure, when the blood pressure exceeds 140 or over 90, the person is hypertension. So obesity, a combination of lack of exercise, an unhealthy diet, and a sedentary lifestyle can lead to weight gain and obesity. So last parts or kinds of controllable risk factors is stress. So for now, some people are experience the stress. So stress is a part of being human, of being alive, and part of interacting with world. It is our reaction to stress that matters in terms of our health, especially the rest of the heart disease. So, there are uncontrollable risk factors. What I have said or discussed later, uncontrollable risk factors, it cannot be controlled. So, first kinds of uncontrollable risk factors, we have genetics. Genetics, some diseases are hereditary. Hereditary. If a parent had or still suffers from the disease, their offspring might inherit it. A genetic predisposition cannot be controlled. So second is age. Age, there are few diseases that develop and become severe with age. For example, osteoporosis, cataract, heart diseases, and hypertension. So last types or kind of uncontrollable risk factors is gender. Some diseases occur more prominently in a specific gender. For example, women are more likely to suffer from anemia than men. So class, from the controllable risk factors or uncontrollable risk factors, controllable risk factors, it is the factors that can affect or affects our health. For those people who make a smoking, unhealthy diet, lack of physical exercise, high blood pressure, obesity, stress, they are the person who are able to have a physical exercise or eat a healthy foods that can give a healthy mind and mentally awake. So uncontrollable risk factors, there are genetics, age, and gender. So these uncontrollable risk factors cannot be controlled because some person for now suffers the diseases of might be inherit or in a generation. So that's all for our discussion. Okay class, what causes heart disease? Yes, Fairy Chris Marie, what can you say about heart disease? Okay, very good. I am glad that you did listen to our discussion. Thank you class. So now class, let's have an activity. I will group you into two. So I want you to identify the following pictures if it is controllable or uncontrollable risk factors. So assuming that the students were done doing their activity. Okay class, let's have another activity. So I will group you again into two. There is a criteria for role play. First criteria, preparation 15%, achievement of objective 35%, imagination and creativity 30%, presentation 20%, and total of 100%. So assuming that the students were done doing their activity or role play. Again, class. As a student, why is it important for us to know about the risk factors for heart disease? Okay, very good. How can we prevent them? Okay, that's right. I am glad to have fully understood our lesson. Let's give ourselves in a barangay clap. Have sheet of paper and copy and answer the following questions. And after that, if you are done, pass your papers in front. Assuming that the students were done answering their activity. Okay, class. For your assignment, I want you to cut out at least 5 pictures of chronic diseases and explain how can prevent this from happening. So, class, that's all for today and see you tomorrow. Goodbye, class.